And welcome back to what could very well be, and hopefully will be, the finale of Pikmin. Last time we got the final piece of the ship and the Vista Spring, and then went also to develop my opinion on the Smoky Prog and the Mamuta found on even number days. And as you can tell, I did reset the game because I didn't want to just have the 15 days arbitrarily, because I just spent like 1 minute of the day doing other stuff. So this time we're actually doing real day 14 for us, the final trial, which you can kind of cheese, to be honest. It's pretty easy to cheese, actually. And we will not be using the most cheesy method, we'll just be using the kind of cheesy method. I think something about cheesing coming from Street Fighter, actually. Someone used it and then it's stuck as an actual piece of gaming terminology. Something really random like that. So this is the only area in the game, other than getting the Libra, that actually requires all 3 types of Pikmin. So hey, an actually created final area. Yeah, please don't get crushed, little guy. And one's just loitering. Thanks for helping, guy. I'm picturing that being the Pikmin that just lives in infamy, the guy who stood next to the bridge to the final trial, but did nothing to actually help. Yeah. Yellow Pikmin are smart, aren't they? So... there are 2 ways to do this, the safe way and the not safe way. That makes total logical sense, right? I think it has to be on Wii actually, but I'm pretty sure you can actually make that throw. But there's the problem of the Pikmin wanting to instinctively run through all the water. It's back to Olimar, so it's actually safer to toss them to this rock. Again, in the Wii version, you would actually be able to call them. In the GameCube version, do not call them, or else you waste all the bombs and have to reset. So just toss them over. And just nudge. I don't have to nudge all of them, but being on the safe side. Okay, so this bridge is... whoa, lag. Okay, flames and 100 Pikmin on screen at the same time don't mix. So, our 7... I never got why there are just 7 bombs there. 1, 2, 3... you only need 3, I think. So I don't know why you need that many. So we can come over here and let them work. Solmar. Actually, we don't want. We can put them to work. I was gonna do a different thing, but it's not gonna take any time because I'm gonna have to reshuffle pick numbers anyway. So it's might as well just do it this way. You can also take 10 yellows, 10 reds, 80 blues to do this. But it really doesn't save a lot of time in the long run, because then the bridge takes longer to build. But you need 10 reds for this. And this is also, again, I want to point this out again. I want to point out previously. This is where the Wistful Wild is, partly is. And yeah, I think you can toss Pikmin up there somehow. I'm not entirely sure of the particulars. This can actually be kind of risky because the red Pikmin on the edge can potentially fall down into the river. I've seen it happen. It's completely tragic. So before we reshuffle our numbers, not numblers. It's not Tumblr numbers. We can break down these walls. And these walls go down easily because this boss takes forever and they don't want you to have to spend the entire effort. Whoa! My computer is completely freaking out. And the game is lagging. Lag reduction. I may have to end up re-recording this. Because that doesn't exactly look good. This is just affecting those 2 things. Okay, I apparently stabilized it. So sorry, Blues, but you're useless in this fight. Yeah, we want reds. So I'm gonna take 20 yellows, that should be plenty. There are a total of 37 bomb rocks in this area, if I'm not mistaken. But I think, yeah, you don't really need to have 30 bomb rock Pikmin at one time. Yeah, and I guess I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, because my computer's been crashing a lot lately and having to force restarts. It's a MacBook, if you're wondering. I wouldn't be surprised if it conks out right during the finale. I don't have to do all this. Wouldn't put it past my computer at all, because, I don't know, I've been having bad luck with Apple products lately, between the iPhone and my MacBook. Like this whole 8.41, I refuse to download iOS 8.41 just because of all the terrible things I've heard about it. Yeah, iPhones are okay, they're just like not good for actually using as MP3 players for some reason. And they don't even work well as phones half the time, because it's really hard to actually get a signal. Why I'm ranting about Apple in this video about Pikmin. But anyway, what you want to do is actually leave the red Pikmin kind of here-ish. Wake this guy up. This is the Emperor Blacks. We're very well versed in fighting him, but we don't have any purples to actually do this with. So I'm gonna do the kind of risky method. Do I want to do the risky method? I'm gonna wait till he turns around. I just want to be on the safe side there. And just toss 15 yellows all in one spot, like that, and wait for him to come back around. As soon as he starts acting like he's gonna attack, I'm gonna call all of them. Bam! I think that actually stuns the Emperor Blacks longer than if you just do one bomb at a time. I'm pretty sure after you do this, you can actually get it do a one cycle if you do it this way. Not a one cycle. No one died, so that's good. We only used 15 bombs, so we still have like 15 more. Actually, it might be more like... There might be another one over there. That's even more bombs, potentially. There's nectar here. It's like the only place to get nectar in this entire place, sadly. I don't even think I lost any leaves last time. Oh yeah, and so here's the reason why you do want to one cycle the Emperor Blacks is because it's pretty dang easy actually to do this fight, but it gets hard if you can't one cycle it. You'll see why, because he actually just has a jumping attack, or he won't show it. If we don't see the jumping attack, I won't complain because it's not good when he jumps. Okay, that yellow just threw his bomb at the Emperor Blacks, which is nothing because he has to actually eat the bomb. Yeah, I'm kind of staying on guard in case he does the jump attack, because that will like be bad if he does that. But he's doing the nice attack, so boom, done. Battle boss over. And yeah, see how short that was? Short a window that was by comparison. Okay, so we have a lot more bombs than we need. So let's just take back our spoils actually. Got plenty of time, it's only been 10 minutes. And I'm gonna pan the camera like this because of lag. It makes it hard to actually go across the bridge, unfortunately. Yeah, like this. Like, watch what happens. Like, I killed the Emperor Blacks, no problem, and all the Pikmin just end up in the river. Yeah, and a lot of the water is kind of drained by Pikmin, too, interestingly. One Pikmin got left behind, hope he doesn't fall into the water. I think he's okay. Red Blues get no part of this. Actually, they're all going to be red, but hey, I guess they are kind of the MVPs here. I made this discovery for the 5th time. Yeah, Olimar makes the same discovery so many times. Put those guys away. I'm gonna put the yellows away very briefly. Just to dump off the bombs. So I'm gonna do things in a fancy way that I don't see a lot of Let's Players do this. But I wanted to do this in a fancy way, just because, I don't know, because I feel like it. Please don't pick up any bombs. I think that last treasure takes 90 Pikmin to carry, if I'm not mistaken. So, just for the sake of being cool, we're gonna go with even numbers with every type of Pikmin. Something was just uploaded to YouTube. I can't look over to see what it is. It's probably... oh. It's a thing, it's a video. It's not one of mine, I just got a notification for it. It's weird how sometimes I get notifications, other times I don't. At long last, I found the final part, my secret safe, and it's as full as ever. How glad I am that I persisted in my search without losing hope. Now I can leave this planet without any regrets. Maybe I'll even stop and pick up some souvenirs for my wife and kids back on planet Hocotate. And we do know that he does get a souvenir, but he does get to keep it, unfortunately. Aw, 5 Pikmin can't help out. Come on, Lemon. I could have been done with this day by now, I know that, but I just wanted to do this the, you know, kind of cool way of having even numbers of Pikmin. There is a gap, I see it on the other side, but it's right there. Maybe if I directly into it. Come on, guy. You're almost done. You're on your time in Spotlight. Oh, good. All 90. A very evenly colored army at that. I finally recovered every ship part. Now I can return home to Hocotate. Oh, not much to say really about that whole thing. Here's something that's always ticked me off about this game. When I was a kid, I was ticked off. Now I just find it funny. That the safe is the final part that you need to repair the top of the ship because it's all bent over, and for some reason, getting a safe fixes that. It's like, why do you need a save? That save is actually optional. You can actually just, if you want to get the normal ending, you have to wait out the 30 days without collecting the save. Or the other four optional parts, Nova Blaster, the UV lamp, and 2 more that I'm forgetting. A space float, and 1 into spring. Basically, each area has an optional ship part, actually. Funny part is this flight is like really nice now. I forgot to point this out, but it's actually cool. I think how wobbly this dolphin flies out in Pikmin, and the rest of Pikmin. It's all kind of wobbly at first, but now that we have all the stabilizer stuff, the flight is perfectly normal. And the Pikmin have newfound resolve, but as we know in Pikmin 2, they all just get themselves wiped out. So good for them. This ending has always baffled people, what those other types of Pikmin, because there's a black onion, a turquoise onion. Pink, we actually now know what kind of Pikmin that is. But like green, what could that be? And they've like never followed up what those types of Pikmin could even be. I know I'm talking about the ending, I'm sorry. And there are the stats of this playthrough. This one is not my... Holy cow, that's not my fastest? Huh, I thought 14 was my fastest. Apparently I had a really good day. I think the 13th day I did use the distance spring out of bounds to get the Chronos reactor early. So I think that's probably it. I did not grow many Pikmin this time because I rolled the one. I don't know, I just didn't feel like it this time. Ever since I kind of started more speeding through this game, like speedrunning, sort of, you don't grow as many Pikmin because you don't fight like anything. You don't fight all the Snaggers, you don't fight the Bull Bear, you don't fight, I don't know, you don't fight much, so you generally don't have that many Pikmin at the end. You can actually do a 50 Pikmin run if you're really good. Okay, so the massage machine was the optional one. For some reason, you do need almost pilot seat for some reason. Nova Blaster seems like it should be required because, you know, you wouldn't have crashed in the meteor if you had the stupid thing. But anyway, credit roll. And you can't see it as much, but yes, this is supposed to be Planet Earth. I think it's more obvious in Pikmin 2 that it's Earth, because you can see more of the continents. Yes, I literally marathoned the game 2 days. This LP was literally done in 2 days. I just felt super inspired to play it after Pikmin 4 was announced, because I really like Pikmin. I think it's a super underrated series. And honestly, it kind of bums me out, because normally I'd be like, I hope this made people think more highly of either game, Pikmin 1 and 2, but then again, both games cost like a lot. If you have a GameCube, I don't think you'll be able to get a copy that cheap. If you have a Wii, you basically have to pay new game prices. You have to pay like $50 for this game. And that's like a good price, like box, instruction manual, not completely trashed by GameStop. It's expensive. But hey, if you want to play Pikmin, it is on Wii or a GameCube, so you can even play on Wii U if you want. If it wasn't for the fact that the pointer leads to more crushing glitches, I would recommend the Wii version. I would recommend the Wii version of Pikmin 2 because the pointer controls are actually really good, but the crushing glitch is actually fixed by Pikmin 2. It does still happen from what I've heard, but it's very rare. I'm totally talking over this credit music. Yeah, I had fun replaying Pikmin, and it's frankly, I wasn't thinking it'd be no death. I thought, basically after like day 3 and 4 were deathless, it's like, to heck with this, we're just gonna do a deathless run. And this was honestly my most seamless deathless run of this game ever. I've never had such a good deathless run in the game, and we even had to fight a couple of Bull Bears, which is not something you usually have deathless runs with. Okay, so this is an enemy reel, which actually has some interesting secrets to it. It's weird having such perky music as Pikmin are being slaughtered. That kind of is weird. No, nothing special here, but again, they go into the battle with yellow Pikmin, and that is kind of recommended by the Nintendo Power Guide, but I don't ever play it that way. I used to do that as a kid, and it never went well. Look at all the honey wisps, those aren't there. There's like maybe 1 or 2, but there aren't like 4. So that's one difference. Maybe there aren't any there, I don't remember seeing any. Like right here, the Snaggers are much closer together. I can't blame them for wanting to spread them out in the actual game. And I am very thankful that they spread them out in the actual game. There are no blue candy papas in that spot, and you can also see a spotty Bull Boar, but not a Bull Bear. It's in the same position as the Bull Bear, so that seems to kind of be a beta element, if I had to quantify it. I don't know if we even saw any of these guys. And there's a Mamuta in the background. It's kind of chilling, and you can't find a Mamuta in Distant Spring. There might be one in Challenge Mode, though. Yeah, Spotty Bulborgs aren't in the Distant Spring, as I've always said, so neither of those guys would be here. Yeah, it's actually a bread bug. I don't know if they say in this game or if it's only Pikmin 2 that they specify that. This looks basically the same, though I think one of the bomb things is missing. One of the like pipes with the bombs is missing in this scene. Because I think it is like directly behind the gate. Thankfully we didn't have an issue with Fiery Blowhogs because it is hard to save flaming Pikmin in this game. Like you can just whistle at them repeatedly and nothing will happen. Actually, this isn't a beta thing, because if you do wait too long, eventually a swooping snitch bug will show up at the Forest of Hope, I think after day 14. It's really late. And the Gulix obviously has never fought here. And I don't think there are any dwarf Bulborbs here either, so 2 things. Yeah, and there are never that many honey wisps on screen at one time. It'd be nice if there were, because you get a lot of nectar out of it, but... I don't remember if there was actually I don't think there's one of those guys in Distant Spring either. I think they're only in the other 3 areas, not counting the final trial. Anita, again, not fought here. I'm just kind of like a complete know-it-all now that I think about it. Like, I know everything about this game. I don't think I need to even say it at this point. Yay, something that's actually in the main game. But I think there's actually a 5 pellet there, so never mind, that's not actually in the main game. Whoops. And it's apparently also nectar, so that's an interesting hint on the Pikmin's stuff. Pikmin's life cycles, yeah. Puffsole does turn Pikmin into like zombie Pikmin, which have like mushrooms instead of leaves. Like a mushroom cap instead. So yeah, they start attacking Olimar, which is not good. Thankfully you don't get attacked by your own Pikmin that much in the actual main games. Yeah, honestly, I don't think the purple ones actually take more damage. I think take about the same, and I think I see the analog computer in the background in that part, like before it faded to just focusing on the Shearwig. I thought I saw the analog computer in the background. You can see how deadly this guy is. Hence why I did not fight him in actuality. The Prima guy apparently refers to like to Mimina as like the god of the Pikmin, but then we all know how good Prima guides were back then. They're better now, I do admit that. But indefatigability, which is actually more relevant in Pikmin 2, where they don't actually fall asleep. Indefatigability, I don't even know. And like the lighting is actually different here, it seems. Yeah, I forgot to point that out. I think I did in Pikmin 2, but not in Pikmin 1. Those turn into Wallywogs, so you can basically get revenge on all the Wallywogs by attacking them. They don't harm Pikmin though. Specifically, no. And yeah, the analog computer is over there. It's replaced by the Gluon, not the Gluon drive, the anti-deoxidant filter in the main game. I don't know why they're shorter because of being in a cavern. And yes, this is alphabetical, so ending with the most hated enemy according to most people. So again, there are 3 endings: the happy end, the normal end, and the bad end. The normal end is just you take off without your save, so you have to wait till 30 days is over, so it's just time consuming. The bad ending involves Dolphin crashing, and to save his life, the Pikmin have to carry Olimar through the onion, and he gets turned into a Pikmin actually, so yeah, that is where the endings are. And I just wanted to point this out. I'm not sure if I'll be showing it because it's redundant, but there is actually a challenge mode for extra replay value, where you can basically see how many Pikmin you can grow in a day, and enemy placements are slightly different, but it's basically the same game. So that is all of Pikmin 1. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my playthrough of Pikmin. I don't know what else to say, I'm terrible at ending this stuff. So yeah, see you guys for whatever game I play next.